Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Seminar. I hope you all are doing great. So I came across a video talking about white culture and all that. The truth is that they actually do not have culture, and their culture is white supremacy and the rest of it. And she talked about how this administration is pushing so much propaganda, and also, you know how they tell you that this is not your country and all that. You have to go to where you come from. The truth is that some majority of them do not even white majority of white people do not also know where they come from. Yeah. They are white people because they told them that this is where you are and all that. Some of them need to go back to Europe because majority of them are, in fact, they are European Americans. But this is something they will never, ever, ever agree to. But they know it's true. So now I am going to say this because each time I talk about how some of them will tell you that you don't call me Nazi and all that, but these are the people that will open their mouth to call black people the N word and the rest of it. I usually get scared when each time they call for peace. Why? Because I have known them. I know that they are not people of peace. They don't know how to call for peace. When each time you hear or see them call for peace, it means they are looking for people to take advantage of. Yeah. I keep asking myself, why are they scared? These people are the ones that literally have everything. They are in power. Everything, White House is all theirs. But they are still very scared of being the minority. And then they will ask, why are you treating me like a minority? Which means they know that there is how minorities are being treated in the United States of America. Let's get into this video.
White Americans do not have culture or a true sense of identity, and this is why we're seeing a rise in groups like MAGA. The great majority of these white people who came to America were undesirables and decided to abandon their cultures and language in order to become white in America. And so the rise in white supremacy and right-wing ideology is not surprising when you consider that whiteness and consumerism is all these people know. They did not hold on to their original languages, customs, and traditions because capitalism was calling. And they prioritized and valued capital over culture. And now look at them. The Trump administration is pushing out propaganda saying this is our country, this is our home, these immigrants can't come in. But these people are so far removed from their actual backgrounds that they forget that their ancestors came here on boats, that their ancestors came here with nothing, that upon arriving to America, their ancestors were treated like dirt. And a lot of them are experiencing a cognitive dissonance that you or I could never understand. These people are wielding Italian, Polish, Irish last names. And even though some of them will go so far as to claim these backgrounds, the backgrounds don't claim them. Because you can say your family is Italian, but what happens when they go to Italy? How can you claim to be Italian when you don't speak the language? Comparatively, so many African Americans do not know where in Africa their ancestors came from. But the crazy thing is, a lot of European Americans don't know this either. And it's not due to slavery. It's due to their families completely abandoning this part of themselves. And when you actually think about the reality of this, it is insane. Abandoning your entire background, your lineage, not knowing where your family came from, all due to whiteness. And these people are so angry because they're lost. They don't know who they are. And whiteness is a hallucination. It's not real. We are living in a time where white supremacy is clearly a fiction. And what a lot of them are grappling with right now is that we are no longer in the 20th century, where whiteness was enough for you to succeed in the world, for you to get that job, to obtain capital. And this is all they know. This is all they were taught to know. Because if you ask any one of them what American culture truly is, they wouldn't actually be able to tell you.
We got to talk about the state of delusion some white people are in. I saw this comment play out in real time. I think it was yesterday, the day before that. Some white person said, calling a white person a Nazi is the same thing as calling a black person the N-word. I'm dead fucking serious, dude. And I'm going to try not to go off for 10 minutes about how fucking insane that is. But this is just one example of many of how far white people will go right now to victimize themselves. There are so many white people from the administration all the way down to community individuals that are demonstrating white supremacy in a way that mirrors Nazi behavior, Klan behavior, regular white American behavior. And so when they rightfully get called a Nazi or a Klan member or a white supremacist, a white Christian nationalist. White people are genuinely taking that as a slur, which is so fucking just completely separated from reality. No, people are giving you these labels because of the behavior that you are exhibiting, because of the things that the white collective support right now. And it's a very accurate assessment of who some of you are as a person, as a human being. That's those kind of behaviors, that label, that's what you are demonstrating. Again, it's a descriptor for the violent white supremacy you either carry out or support. The N-word was used by white people to dehumanize black people, while some of the most violent, heinous, unthinkable shit was being carried out towards black people. Trying to equate those two is fucking disgusting. You are trying to equate rightfully being called a white supremacist to slurs that black people experience based on violent white supremacists that call them those things. The necessity to escape accountability at any and every turn by white people, like, as a collective, we look psychotic as fuck. Not rooted in reality. If you have half the country and shit, the majority of the globe that looks at you as a Trump supporter and is very easily like, oh yeah, that's Nazi shit, that's Klan shit, that's white supremacist, white Christian nationalism, like, it's very easy. You feel like you have to victimize yourself so much to justify the fucking white supremacist violence in your head and that you carry out. So trying to equate those two just reinforces that you're still a violent white supremacist. And realistically, it's this simple. And I think the thing with a lot of white people is, collectively, we think discussions about white supremacy, racism, are simply a matter of opinion. And they fucking aren't. A lot of white people will never care, listen to, empathize, try to be understanding to the experience of black, indigenous, or people of color, or immigrant families. It's a constant search to justify the violence that is being carried out, or the violence that is kept inside of the white collective mind. Because again, I've talked about this a lot. If we choose to be understanding, empathetic, listen to the experience of black, indigenous, people of color, and immigrant families, and we have to come face to face with how we play a part in it, the entire identity of whiteness falls apart, which is something that is deeply rooted in us and indoctrinated into us from day one. And that's all so many white people have to hang on right now, is that identity of hatred and bigotry and white supremacy. And so they keep doubling down, tripling down. And like you said, educate people on basic humanity. This is basic shit. Like toddler level expressions of, hey, this is how you care about other people. And when you say that kind of thing to European Americans, white people as a whole, there's no sitting with that. It's just straight right to reactionary and the self-victimization. Oh, you hate me, you just don't think I'm a good person, or I tried to do this, apparently that wasn't good enough. Like, the list fucking goes on, which just further reinforces and proves the point why we as a collective are dangerous to be around. A lot of white people are quiet or ignoring shit right now because y'all know that you can blend in with all the other fucking white people that are carrying out violence. You are complacent because it's safe for you. You are scared because you know what the white supremacist power structure will do to you if you get out of fucking line. So while you choose silence and choose to ignore all the shit that's happening, anybody that is not white is taking all of the violence. And there's a lot of white people that support this shit. Clearly, you can see it all over this app in real life, but it's the quiet ones. It's the ones that don't want to push the boundaries. It's the ones that don't want to choose a side. It's the ones that look away the minute they see something fucked up. It's the ones that are too scared to talk about the fucking ICE agents that are kidnapping immigrant families. You have also chosen a side, and you are not on the right side of history. And white people, we as a collective have blood on our hands. We have for centuries. But those of you that are choosing silence right now and apathy and complacency, you need to know you have just as much blood on your hands, and ignoring that shit will never make it go away. So fucking stand up, do the right thing, and fight for not only your humanity, but the collective humanity. And find some other fucking white people that are scared and quiet right now, but know this is wrong, and start empowering each other to give a fuck out loud and break free from the silence that white supremacy expects from you.
That's all I got from this video, and yeah, this is how far we've made it so far. And one thing I am going to say is that white people know what they are doing. They know absolutely what they are doing. Some of them choose to be racist. I don't know if it's by choice, but yeah, because so far I can see how you all are acting. Really, some are very delusional. Delusion is a very big problem. But yeah, this is it. The truth is that I am not like, looking at them or hoping that one day they will probably wake up I am not, I feel like they do not want things to be normal. They do not want other people, maybe black people and other people of color, to have their rights, or to make life better, or to make things better for themselves and all that. Why? Because they feel like, man, we are the one with the authority. You know how white supremacy is just a thing, and their privilege and all that. They feel like they are still the one at the top. And one thing I know for sure is that they are very, very scared of being the minority. So for anything, they are trying as much as they can to make sure that they withhold that power in order to continue to be at the top. Because I remember telling a story of a woman who said, why, she went out to do, she's a DoorDasher, a white woman. She went out to do something, and she was supposed to stand on the queue, and she jumped the line to go. She wants them to attend to her. And they told her to, join the queue. And she was like, why are you treating me like a minority? So they were like, oh, you know that there is how they treat the minority and all that. And I have brought so many videos. And the one that I saw like a few days ago about a man, I don't know what he did at the airport, and he was arrested, and they were like, dragging him to, he was like, why are you treating me like a black man? People were like recording it and even laughing, like, oh, they know there's how they treat black men and all that. These people are the people that will call you the N word, but do not want to hear anything that got like Nazi and Na and Z and all that. The truth is that they have a very long way to go when it comes to humanity and being kind to people, trying to understand that we are all the same. But they will be the one to tell you that we all bleed blood, but go behind it to do the rest of whatever they want to do. I am not counting on them, and I also do not believe in them, because I know that the chaos they have also caused as people and all that. So yeah. And I love the fact that this lady talked about how she talked about how they do not have culture, and you all already know what their culture is, They do not have true sense of identity, and that is true. And I am not expecting much or a lot from them. Sometimes when you hear them calling for maybe unity, or calling for peace, or calling for whatever, they are up to something. Their culture is white supremacy, right? So, yeah. I will draw the curtain here. Bye for now.